incredible finish there in the main event. Is Reinier okay? He seems to be getting on a stretcher now.
Yeah, so he was out of it for the last few minutes. I just got a quick update from Doc Warren, who says he's okay, but they're obviously sending him to the hospital and CAT scans and MRI, right? On his, let's see. I mean, when you get hit that many times by a heavyweight, it's a scary thing, and a heavyweight who hits hard.
Do you think Reinier bit off more than he could chew finally?
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of, I think the majority of people thought that RDR would use the jiu-jitsu to take him down, but people forget that, Anatoly is a world-class Russian national wrestler. He's not just some regular wrestler, he's the top of the mountain of wrestling in Russia, at heavyweight division. I believe that Anatoly is, bar none, the best heavyweight on the planet, full stop in mixed martial arts, because he has unbelievable wrestling, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he's one punch KO power. So whatever game plan you want, his wrestling can dictate where he wants to go. And that's I think if you look at the other heavyweights around the world, they'll have a big punch, but they have terrible jiu-jitsu, terrible wrestling, or whatever it is, right? Anatoly literally has zero holes in his game. I've seen him slick jiu-jitsu in training. Watching him train, his wrestling pedigree is, you can ask anybody in Russia about his wrestling pedigree. He's a king wrestler.
Is he effectively the heavyweight champion as well now, in your mind?
Yeah. In my mind, like I said in the press conference, I'm trying to be respectful, but I do believe that Arkin is scared, and that's why there's a million excuses, and why he's not ready to face Anatoly. I mean, I'd be scared too, but he has better wrestling than me, he hits harder than me. What am I going to do? What's Arkin going to do? Right? So, like I said, I truly, after tonight's performance, I mean, I think Anatoly is, bar none, he'll knock any heavyweight out in the world. He has a one punch KO power, doesn't matter if you clear the ground, and he'll crush you with his wrestling. If you happen to hit hard, then he'll take you down.
And I know there's a lot of people here. I just wanted to ask one more. Roberto Soldic, that was just such bad luck, wasn't it? Low blow, first round.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that fight. What do you do now? How do you deal with disappointment like that?
So yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things, man. Like, we jokingly said we would offer the fight if he's recovered for tonight. I know from Manila Asia show. Probably, it's a doubleheader today. We jokingly said that. But who knows? We might offer. I don't know. I don't know what the team's thinking. But I do know that Roberto's still out. That's the thing. So when they were joking about offering it to him, they thought he would recover, but he's still out. Like, I mean, on a bed. He can't move. His stomach is in pain, and So I just hope there was nothing serious. I don't know why he didn't use a metal cup or a plastic cup. His cup was hard foam, and I don't know who manufactured hard foam. I saw it, because I said, did the cup break? And they showed me the cup, and it's one of those hard foam cups. I'm like, that's crazy. So he took a nut shot, like as if without a cup. It's hard foam, and you saw it, you heard it, right? So yeah, it's obviously a highly anticipated debut of Roberto Soldic. But again, he also had Murat is a beast. I mean, that first takedown also said a lot, right? You have to think, and again, you talk to Khabib, you talk to anybody about Murat, and they'll tell you he's the best 185er in Dagestan and in Russia.
Chatri, just want to go back to what happened in the main event between RDR and Anatoly. It kind of looked like that RDR was resisting to go on a stretcher on his way out. What was going on there?
No, he was still fighting. That's what was happening. He was knocked senseless, that he was still fighting. I mean, that also speaks to RDR's warrior spirit, right? He got hit so hard that when he came to, he was still trying to fight. So he was like, going to go for a single against our doctor, or something like, the doctors and stuff.
From Diaz, did Mateus Gabriel's ability to retain guards and evade Kane's aggressive submission game surprise you at all?
No, but you know what it is? Cade took a lot of risk. That's why I was surprised when he realized how good Mateus' guard was. He just did all these acrobatic front forward flips and crazy stuff, and that's why he's a champion of the world. You know, I mean, how many people can do a front forward flip against a BJJ world champion and end up in a knee bar, right? That was kind of crazy. So you're saying, you know, that's the beautiful thing about one's platform, right? You're seeing the very, very best in the world in every single discipline, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's, you know, kickboxing or Muay Thai or MMA, it's the very, very best on the planet.
Hey, Chatri, great event. De Ridder had previously kind of mentioned going out to heavyweight. It seemed like one was a little reluctant to begin with. Does this effectively rule that out from now on?
You know, I think this kind of beating changes a fighter. So this is it really does. When RDR and his team review that fight, I think they're going to be very hesitant about ever wanting to face Anatoly again, right?
That was.
I mean, again, like I said, a lot of people were predicting RDR to take him down in 7, a lot. And like I said in the PC, I thought it was going to be a first round either KO by Anatoly or RDR finishing him, right? But within a minute, when you saw that RDR could do nothing in the takedown, because even there was, I don't know if you saw, there was a couple of takedowns where Anatoly was actually late. He had actually both legs. He actually had a more single leg attack, and he just shocked him like it was nothing. Again, that's the world class Russian wrestling to me, right? It's unless you have truly world class wrestling, you will not be able to face. Arjun has good wrestling, but it's not world class. It's not on the level of Anatoly, right?
And then just following up on Roberto, obviously you were joking that he may land on this card tonight. It sounds like that's not possible given his condition. So what's the move for him? Do you book the rematch with Murad, or will one of those guys get a title shot potentially? What's the plan for them?
I don't know. You know, I have to talk to Matt Newman and his team. I don't know. I think my gut would be to book the rematch, but it depends on, you know, maybe Soldiers can be out for a few weeks and maybe not just want to fight right away, and then maybe Murad wants to fight right away. I have no idea. I haven't thought that far yet.
And then obviously the big talking points of the night are the main event, the Soldiers fight. Anything else on the card that really wowed you?
No, I think for me the main event really delivered. You know, it was just. If you're a fight fan and you want to see the very best in the world, go at it. A storyline of an undefeated light heavyweight champion against an undefeated heavyweight world champion, and then they go on all-out war for one round. I think that is every fight fan's dream.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we have another question via Zoom from Fightbook MMA. What is your plans with the new light heavyweight champ now? Will you have him defend his light heavyweight belt next, or move back up to heavyweight to fight for undisputed gold?
You know, Anatoly reminds me of Mike Tyson. You know, when Mike Tyson was a heavyweight champion of the world, he often weighed about 215, 218, very light for heavyweight. And Mike Tyson was faster and just had unbelievable blistering speed and power, in addition to an amazing balance and movement and footwork. Anatoly has that in mixed martial arts. Again, it's even at light heavyweight. I don't know if any light heavyweight on the planet can beat Anatoly. I mean, definitely not at heavyweight. There's nobody on the planet that's technical enough to beat Anatoly at heavyweight. At light heavyweight, I haven't looked at the rosters of other organizations, but I just know from the heavyweight picture, Anatoly is the king of the heavyweight division globally of any organization.
Chatri, Denise earlier called out Stamp